Hiya everyone. How are you all doing? So, I believe I'm live now on Instagram and Facebook. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical issues there, but yeah, I'm good now. Good to go. So, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're doing great. So, it's about 8 p.m. here in the UK. If you're joining me live, do send me a wave. Let me know you're joining me live. I can see one person there. Nice of you to join. How are you doing? Do comment hashtag live if you're joining me live. And if you're catching a replay later on, do comment hashtag replay as well. I hope you can all hear and see me okay. So today we are going to be talking about the secret to the no objection sales calls. So if you're a coach, you're a service provider, you're a consultant, and you get on sales calls, this video is going to be so much beneficial for you because I'm going to be divulging industry kept secrets that lots of people are not aware of that can help you to actually increase your close rates on your sales calls. So I hope you're all seeing me okay. Yes, that's good. That's good. Good to know that. So who am I? My name is Abby Gagara. I'm a business mentor and I'm a sales coach, and I help female entrepreneurs, coaches, service providers, and course creators to attract and sign high ticket clients every single month, consistently every single month. And how do I do this? I do this using my organic marketing strategy as well as very low cost paid advertising. So as low as $2 a day ads. That's what I help my clients to do, to actually sign their high ticket clients every single month. Yeah. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to actually get on sales calls and not get any objections. Obviously, you would have done some work beforehand before that can happen, so that's really important. So I'm going to be walking you through how you can do that. So firstly, why do we even get objections on sales calls? Yeah. Why do we get objections on sales calls? One of the main reasons why we get objections on sales calls is lack of trust. The particular prospects, they don't believe that we can actually get them the desired result. The result that we claim that we can get them, they don't believe that we can get it for them. Sometimes it even happens when you've got testimonials, when you've got like clients reviews, sometimes it still happens. They just believe that we can help them. They can even tell you that probably the particular client that you got it for has a different experience to them, or actually is working in a different sector. That's why you got that person the result and not them. Hi Nico, I can see you. Thanks for joining. So give me a wave. Let me know that you can hear me okay. Appreciate, I can see you're there as well. Lovely to have you all on board. So yes. So that's one of the major reasons why we get objections on these sales calls, because of lack of trust. They don't trust that we can actually get them those results that we claim that we can get them, Another reason why is because they don't see you as an authority in that area. So it may be in the way you're putting out your content, it may be in the way you're presenting yourself. They may not actually see you as an authority in that figure. So why? So when this happens, it means that there's something that we actually need to work on to improve on attracting clients to us before we actually get on that sales calls with them. Awesome. I can see you guys waving. Awesome. So yes, so how do we do this? The first important thing we need to do is to have top-notch strategic content. We have to have a great content strategy. When our strategy is so good, by the time it gets to the point that your client is actually getting on the call with you, then they're already so warmed up. They've already seen you a couple of times. They've seen your content. They've seen your client testimonials. They're like, oh yeah, she can actually help me. I've already been seeing her a couple of times, and it's clear that she can actually help me because I've seen that she has delivered this result for people, and I know that she can deliver it for me. So how does that work? So basically, your content strategy, how it works, how I help my students is, when you have like your content strategy, you have to be posting a certain number of times every week. You know, once you're doing that organically, you have to make sure that your content as well has certain features in it that speaks to your ideal prospect. You want to make sure that you actually speaking to your ideal prospect. Yeah. So when you're speaking to your ideal prospect within your content, they can relate in a way that, wow, okay, she's talking to me. You are telling them, you're walking them through a journey in your content, journey of where you are, and where you currently are at. Because if you're a coach, most likely you're actually walking people through your journey, where you've been in the past, where your struggles were in the past, and now you're actually in a place where you're better off than you were before, and most likely your clients are in that place where you were before. So you're walking them through a journey. So they want to be able to see that within your content already. Yeah. And with ads, what I help you to do with ads is we're going to make sure that they are seeing you everywhere. You know, just literally seeing you everywhere with cheap ads. So that they're seeing you here today. Oh, you talked about that, and that's the first time I'm seeing her. I don't even know her. I don't trust that she can get me the result. And then 2 days later, they see another ad again that is talking about how they can also get results that is what they really want to get at that time. They're like, wow, she can definitely help me, you see. So they see another content like that. Maybe they say like 7 different contents from you. And then they're like, wow, I think she can definitely get me results. And you know, the best thing is, by the time they keep seeing you over and over again, then when we start having long form content, because those initial content that you're pushing out to them is probably like not more than 5 minutes long, because they are cold audience, they don't know you, they don't believe that you have the authority to help them. So you're just giving them like short 3 to 5 minutes content, so that when they see you, they're like, okay, you're literally hitting the nail on the head and telling them, if you're struggling with this, here is what I can help you do. Here is what I've done for my clients. You're introducing yourself. They're seeing you within that content, within your content. They're already seeing how you can help them to get to that goal that they want to achieve within that content, you see. So by the time they keep seeing you all the time, then you actually, when you now start creating long form content for them, not for them strategically, but like live videos. Say, for instance, I'm going live now. It's taking longer, probably half an hour, you know. So based on the fact that it's going to take you longer, you're actually only showing those that have indicated interest in your 5 minutes video. Because obviously, Facebook is going to let us know that this percentage of people have seen our videos, you know, like to tell us 25% of your video have been watched by this number of people, 100% of your video have been watched by this number of people, and Facebook is giving you that metrics. So because Facebook is giving you that metrics, you know those that are interested in what you have to offer already. So by the time you know that, by the time you now go live, or you have like a 30 minutes training that you know that is going to really help them, by the time you have that training handy, is a resource already. All you need to do is just show those particular people that have shown interest in your 5 minutes or 3 minutes video. You're just going to show them that live training where you were teaching on more things that interest them. So now they see you a couple of times. So by the time they see your offer, they're already so warmed up. Wow, if I've gotten so much free value from her, imagine what it would look like when I start working with her. She's looking over my shoulder. And I know that a lot of people have some reservations about giving out good content. Giving out free content. I do understand that, because they're like, oh, they just don't take my content away for free. But one thing I want you to know is that information is free. Like, people can Google information, trust me. They can Google information, but it doesn't mean that people are actually investing in you when they invest in your program. They're investing in you because you are the brand. You are the person that is going to help them see that result. You are the person that is going to be looking over their shoulder and helping them to implement that information. And that's what they're interested in. So if you're not able to sell yourself enough to them up front, they won't see you as the authority. So it's not about the number of information or you think I'm giving my entire strategy away. No, trust me. And these are just like short bite-sized videos either ways, you see. So when you give those 3 to 5 minutes video to them and then they come back, they look at some of your other content that is now long form, you know, they're like, wow, she can definitely get me results. So by the time you're putting out your offer and saying, buy my iTicket offer, they're like, wow, she's definitely going to get me results. And then they jump on the sales calls with you. All you're going to do is your sales call is going to be so smooth because all those objections would have been out of the way already, you know. So your content strategy is the number one most important way you can actually prevent those objections from happening in the first place. Yeah. Another thing very important is that on these calls, most of people don't handle limiting beliefs, you know. Limiting beliefs, a lot of reasons why people don't actually invest in your offer might be limiting beliefs. It might not be because of certain objections that you haven't handled. If you don't mind, I'm sort of looking over Facebook and Instagram. That's why you can see me doing like this, but it's fine. I can see you all. That's awesome. So yeah, a lot of people, they actually have limiting beliefs. So it's not really the objections. They're thinking, oh, if I invest in that program, I probably will not get result because I may not put in the work, you see. So we don't want to be focused so much on breaking objections that we fail to handle limiting beliefs. Because what happens is when you successfully undo objections and you successfully break all your clients' objections, because if you're like the salesy type and you're sleazy and you have your way with people and you make them invest after handling so much objections, what you may find out is that they may actually not do the work and they don't get results. I know we don't want to attract this kind of clients. Most of us want to work with people that actually get results, people that put in the work, people that they are very enthusiastic to sort of work with you. You want to make sure that they are hardworking. They really want to, the goal means something to them, you know. The thing they say they want to achieve, it means a lot to them, so they will definitely put in the work. So yeah, it's handling limiting beliefs. An example of a limiting belief I will tell you about is, say for instance, there's a woman, a working mom, for instance, and she's always concerned about leaving her kids, even though she's always wanted to start a business for so long. But she's got a limiting belief that whenever she's working on her business for that long, she's definitely not going to be able to take care of the kids. So she's going to spend so much time away from her kids. So she's a bit concerned that, oh no, maybe she wouldn't have the time. She wouldn't actually put in the work. That means that that's actually the problem. So when you dig deeper and you actually, oh, okay, is there a limiting belief? Why do you believe that if you are working on your business, then you can actually be with your kids at the same time? So it's the ability to be able to figure these limiting beliefs that would help you to actually close that client, you know, not actually focusing on the things they are saying, you know. It's the ability to actually be able to see beyond what they are saying and get them to actually say the main thing that is wrong, that you'll be able to close that client. And one thing I want us to understand always is that the aim of a sales call is not always to sell, because those people might not be your ideal clients, you know. To sell or not to sell, that is not always the situation. And when we get on the sales call is helping us to sort of identify with the prospect to see that, can we really help them? Can we help them get to the desired goal that they want to achieve? You know, is a two-way thing. So you're trying to understand the client better. The client is trying to understand you better. So you actually want to you're not really focusing on your process, You have to be able to listen as well. You have to be able to listen to the client, because in the past, I used to have this challenge as well in the past, that most of the time I'm literally thinking about what I want to say. I've got a script in front of me and I'm already thinking about the next question. So I'm not actively listening, so I'm not actively listening to what they're saying. But the most important thing that you should realize on the call is that you should actively listen. You should actively listen to what the client is saying. When you give them a listening ear, they are like, oh, okay. And then you ask them about their goal at the beginning, and then you walk them through, okay, this is how we're going to do this. What challenges are you currently having? And some people just like to talk. Don't interrupt them, but don't make sure that the call is not more than 20 to 30. I mean, that what they're talking about, because some people can go on and on and on. You have to know when to actually be able to interject and say, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you have to know when to come in and okay, I understand what you're saying and all that, but initially you have to let them talk, and you have to give them a listening ear. You have to actively listen, because sometimes you realize that you don't even need a script, because the answer is right in front of you, because the client is actually telling you everything they need. So when you actively listen, it will just flow naturally. I don't know how many of us like to just have like seamless, free, like solar line clients through easy conversations. Like the conversation is so easy, it can happen. Majority of the reason why how we can actually make that happen is to attract the right kind of clients, using our strategy, also to stay in alignment as well. Branding also comes in as well. How do you position yourself out there? How are you being seen as an authority in your field? How will you be seen as an authority in your field? There's a lot that has to do with that, because in our content strategy as well, we have to be able to incorporate marketing elements, so that those marketing elements are going to just speak directly, are going to speak directly to our ideal clients, so they know that, yeah, she's going to be able to get me that result. Yeah. So that's absolutely important. Another thing I was going to talk about is, okay, think about the number of objections in your previous sales calls. You've been getting a couple of objections here and there, and now the trend of the kind of objections you get. Another thing you can do is, at the start of the call, you can frame those objections, because you already know the kind of objections you get. You can begin to frame them. Say, for instance, as an example, you know that over time you've been getting people say, oh, I have to speak to my spouse first. I don't have time, At the beginning of the call, you can say, oh, who is your biggest supporter when it comes to this particular goal? Because the first few questions I want to ask them is what their goal is, where they are currently at, what challenges they are currently having, what do they believe will take them to that goal? What has been preventing them from getting to that goal? So another thing you want to ask them is, you can ask them, who is your biggest supporter when it comes to this particular goal you want to achieve? Then they can tell you, oh, it's my spouse. Okay, that's interesting. So how much do your spouse know about your business? You can begin to ask them those sort of framing questions. And when they tell you that, then obviously you can now see that their spouse would sort of have a major decision to make when it comes to, investing in your offer. So if you've already pre-framed that for them, then it will be easy for them to say, okay, but you did say that your spouse is going to be really is in for it, is in for your success, is interested in this goal that you want to achieve. So then let's get your spouse in and let's talk to your spouse. It's going to be easier that way, because every other thing, if genuinely that's the only objection left, and then it's going to be easy for you to actually handle that objection for them, because you've pre-framed it for them. So they're not going to talk about it again at the end, because you've already pre-framed it at the start. If it's time, you can tell them, okay, how much time do you have in a week to actually work on your business? You know, how much time do you have to work on your business in a week? You know, do you prefer Wednesdays? Do you want to work weekends or something? By the time they tell you they don't have time, but you did say that you had time to sort of work on your business at this on these days. So is that still the case? You know, you want to make sure that you preframe those. So it's absolutely important. It's absolutely important that you get all those moving parts in place for you to get more, for you to increase your close rates on your calls. That's absolutely important. Yeah. And I've got a cheat sheet as well that walks you through all the things I've just mentioned today in terms of how you can actually prevent those objections from happening in the first place. I've got a cheat sheet for you, a one-page cheat sheet that you can actually download, and it will guide you through all of the points that I've talked about today. So I'm so happy that you're able to join me. And just so you know, I'm still also signing high ticket clients at the moment to start with me in January. So if you're interested in letting me help you get high ticket clients for your program, then make sure you send me a DM and let me know how we can work together. So thanks so much everyone for joining. I appreciate you joining. Make sure you drop me a comment and let me know that how you feel that this short live training is gone, if it was really helpful for you, or if there's any other topic that you want me to talk about when it comes to attracting clients into your service program, into your service business or your coaching business, just let me know. I'm here for you. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Take good care of yourself. Thank you. Cheers. Okay.